This lesson is for advanced students, as we're going to look at common grammar mistakes that advanced students like you maybe make and see how we can fix them. So we're going to look at 4 common mistakes today and we will solve them forever. Let's start. The first mistake is when students use much incorrectly. When students learn much, they are often told that it is much plus non-countable and many plus countable. This is true, but there's more. In fluent natural English, much is not usually used in positive statements. Let's look at some examples. He has much money. This is strange. When I search the internet, I find much information. This is strange. As you can see, these are positive sentences. However, it would be better to use he has a lot of money. He has a significant amount of money. He has tons of money. We don't usually see much in positive statements. We usually see much in negative statements and questions. For example, I don't have much money. Or, I don't have much energy today. Notice I said don't. Another example. Do you have much time to help me? That's fine. But if I said I have much energy or I have much time, this is strange because it is a positive statement. And once again, we usually use much in positive statements and questions. Another example, can she give you much information about the project? Great, it's a question, a yes/no question. She can't give you much information about the project. Great, cannot, negative. But she can give you much information about the project. This is strange because it is a positive statement using much. Better, she can give you a lot of information. She can give you tons of information. She can give you boatloads of information. That's slang. All right, so that is a common mistake. Avoid using much in positive statements. All right, the next one. Common mistake. When using passive voice, many advanced learners forget the preposition with the verb. What do I mean by this? Let's look at an example. So, the original is, the studio filmed the movie in Vancouver. Notice there is no preposition between film and movie, so this one is easy. The movie was filmed in Vancouver. So, that one's easy, no problems. However, the dog barked at me all night. So that is active. Notice, bark at. So it would be wrong to say, I was barked by the dog all night. It would be correct to say, I was barked at all night, or I was barked at by the dog all night. Notice I keep the at when I make it passive. Another example. No one listens to the boss. Passive. The boss isn't listened by anyone. This is incorrect. Better, the boss isn't listened to by anyone because no one listens to the boss. So that preposition needs to stay in. Let's look at another example. They decided on the final packaging on Tuesday. So, on Tuesday, the final packaging was decided on or was decided upon. Another example, you can rely on her when you need help. She can be relied on when you need help. Notice the on stays in there. It does not disappear. Last one, someone tampered with my luggage. Incorrect. My luggage was tampered. Correct. My luggage was tampered with. Okay, so that is a common mistake. The next common mistake is with rather and prefer. When you use rather, it is followed by a verb. Prefer is a verb. So it is followed by a noun, verb ing, or to verb. Here's an example. I'd rather watch a movie than go for a run. That's great. But if I said, I'd rather a movie than go for a run, it's wrong because rather is not a verb. I would rather what? Another example, I'd rather get the chicken than the beef. This is correct. I'd prefer the chicken to the beef. I'd prefer to get the chicken than the beef. Those are correct. But after rather, you'd say I'd rather verb. After prefer, I'd prefer noun, to verb, or verb ing. Let's do a little review. Look at the following sentences. Will you use rather or prefer? Number 1, prefer. Number 2, rather. Number 3, prefer. Number 4, rather. I'd rather verb. Okay, so one more common mistake. This is in the case of versus in case of. When we use in the case of, it means with regard to, when it comes to. It's often used in comparisons. For example, regular employees will need to attend the conference. In the case of temporary employees, attendance is optional. So this means when talking about temporary employees. Let's look at another example. When I went to Japan, I felt safe. In the case of Syria, I felt unsafe at times. Maybe it's the opposite. Doesn't matter. But in the case of means when talking about. Okay, then we look at in case of. In case of is saying if this event happens. If this unfortunate or uncontrollable event happens. So let's look at an example. In case of a fire, leave the building immediately. So if a fire happens. In case of a heart attack, use the defibrillator on the second floor. So let's do a little practice. Number 1, most customers pay after they eat. However, in the case of Mitchell, he likes to pay before because when talking about Mitchell. Let's look at number 2. In case of rain, I have brought an umbrella. So if rain happens. Number 3. I pack bandages in case of an accident. If an accident happens. Number 4. We can go with 2 companies. Company A charges more per hour, but have a better reputation. But in the case of Company B, so with regard to Company B, they charge less per hour, but have a questionable reputation. Okay, this was fast, this was quick. You might need to watch this twice, but these are 4 common mistakes that even the most advanced English speakers and learners make. So please share, subscribe, like, and have a great day. Bye.